All right, we welcome you to Monza, Italy for round 14 of the Split 1 of the Breakout Racing League here in Season 4. I'm Daniel Stevens alongside Jonathan Webster, and we have a good show for you here tonight. If you enjoyed last time out at Spa, you're going to like this one even more because this is a track with high-speed straightaways, giant straightaways at that, and a lot of slipstream and DRS will be taken advantage of here tonight. New Zealand Ryan comes in with a massive points lead over VSR Dralix, 50 points as it stands. So can the competition step up to the occasion and challenge him at the top? Once again, Daniel Stevens alongside John Webster. And John, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited for this one.
Danny, I am ready to go. I just got back from commentating BRL's Tiers 2 race here in Italy. And man, that was a real good one. So for all the viewers, I would love for you to go watch that stream after the race if you have some time. But yeah, no, it was a real good one. It came down to the end. Tezonic, who is in third place in the points over there, ended up winning that race. 3 cars in the final lap were together and battling it out for the win. Ultimately, some penalties were in the way of some drivers, so a lot to come out of that race into this race. So I have high expectations for this as I watch BRL Sparky lock up a little bit. But yeah, I'm excited, and it's great to be back.
Yeah, well, before we get things officially kicked off here, we got to make a proud announcement real quick to a man rising up in the BRL community. Give a shout out there to Callum Teasdale on the Racing Point, making his debut in Split 1 here tonight at Monza. How about that?
Yeah, how about it? I mean, he's in that pink Mercedes, should be flying. I love that name, Teasdale. You know, pretty solid name, Callum. So.
Yeah, well, as we saw last week at Spa, definitely expect a lot of teammates here to try and cheese it up a little bit here with the slipstream. You're going to see some teammates waiting for their other guy to give them a nice tow down the front straightaway, maybe even straightaway before Parabolica to get the lap finished out right there. It is all about straight line speed at this racetrack. We'll see if Sparky is being waited on here by... No, actually, Boss Cookie is not in the race here tonight. So it looks like Sparky's going to have to go solo here this qualifying session. Not going to be getting any handouts from the other teams when it comes to slipstream, but how do you think he's going to manage this then, John?
I mean, last week we did see the McLarens use that slipstream pretty heavily at Spa. It's quite a shame that the meme of Boss Cookie isn't here tonight. I love to harp on Boss Cookie every week, but yeah, and also it's a real shame to not see Warded back on the grid. I mean, maybe he'll show up for the race like he usually does and not for qualifying, but yeah, it's a real shame to see those drivers out tonight. So Sparky, I don't know what he's going to do, but I'm actually watching Chandler Seda, who's one of our best drivers in BRL, on his hot lap right now, going down the back straightaway.
Yeah, here he is coming up to Parabolica. As you say, Chandler Seda, Sparky was very, very happy at the fact that he managed to beat Chandler's lap time around this racetrack in time trial just the other night. So look for Sparky to put on the pace here tonight, but let's see Chandler first. Across the line, it's a 1:18.8. Very solid lap time early for sure. Here he is coming out of the final corner, though, is Sparky. Let's see what he could do as Andremiri goes second. BRL Sparky across the line, and it looks like he might, just bit off the pace there from Sparky. It's over a second off of Chandler Seda, as Deer Hunter then goes second at a 1:19.3. So already a good gap there between Chandler and the rest of the field, but as we all know, some of the fastest have yet to come.
Yeah, that was a dismal lap out of Sparky. He seemed to kind of jerk at the line as Mex Stalo goes up to third in that Haas with a 1:19.7.
Yeah, good for Mex right there. We got Jared coming across the line now. Looks like this is just going to start his lap time. Yes, it is. Jared, let's talk about Jared real quick. He has really fallen away from contention here. Just a few weeks ago, he was in second, comfortably behind his teammate. He now finds himself 65 points back, fourth in the standings, and there he is locking up in turn 1, it looks like, and missing the first corner. So that's a sign of things again here tonight. That's not good for BRL Jared fans, because he's really got to get things going here if he wants to fight back at his teammate and the likes of Dralix and Chandler.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of those. You know, everybody loves themselves some BRL Jared. Actually, DRC Jared again this week, which is a shame. And Sector 2 and 3 have these yellow flags.
Oh, I'm sorry. Saxman goes way off the racetrack there in a Scary. Sorry, but he had to really woe it down and not go into gravel there.
As VSR Hydraulics goes to the top
yeah.
with a 1:18.7. Very good lap time out of him. I was kind of watching him there. Nice and smooth. Beats Chandler Seda so far. So, yeah, looks like
mentioned his name a second ago. Hydraulics is currently second in the points right now, 50 points back off of Ryan. So, hey, a provisional pole is definitely not a bad way of kicking off the weekend here. Chandler Seda's back in the pit lane. A lot of these guys are just kind of making their way back to the pit lane, but look at Hoopalicious up in the third. As for I somehow missed that. Hoopalicious is in third place, and New Zealand Ryan up to fourth as well. Yeah, I was going to say, you got to give Hoopalicious credit. His one-lap pace, week in, week out, every single time is really good. His race pace could, I could say, could get a little bit better, but he always gets himself to start right up there near the front. Yeah, he's been improving lately, race after race. I've watched him, but I'm watching the rookie right now, Callum Teasdale, going down in the first couple of corners now. Entering Sector 2. Oh, yeah, here he is now approaching Sector 2, Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. These are fun corners to negotiate around this racetrack for sure. He's got to be easy on the brakes here, early on the gas. Negotiates that pretty well. This looks like a pretty good first lap for him, John. Yeah, it does. I'm excited to see this guy because, I don't know, there's something about that name, his name that rolls off that tongue, you know. It's Callum Teasdale, you know. It's, hit his apex very well right there. Didn't cut it too much to get an invalidation. A very clean run for Ascari for sure. Absolutely right there. Here is now coming up to Parabolica. This is a corner that you can take 100 different ways. God knows which one's the best. It looks like he goes for the early apex, clips a bit of that curve. Got to be easy, though, not to run too wide on the AstroTurf. You'll get an invalidation. Does that well, though. Across the line comes Callum and up to 6th place. Wow. That was a pretty good lap, and we got someone in the gravel. It's BRL Sparky. Oh, no. Looks like he was on a hot lap or something and lost the back end, and he finds himself in the gravel. He's now out of the gravel back onto the track, so hopefully he can continue. He was on an out lap, actually. That's quite surprising. Maybe he just lost it. And hey, well, spinning out warms your tires up pretty well. What is ERS Ham Newton doing? Is he waiting for his teammate? Yes, I would believe so. This is what they did very well a week ago in Belgium. Looks like they're going to try it out again here. Not too sure why it's Ham giving Chandler the slipstream, though. Ham has still yet to set a lap time. This is probably just the battle for the pole, though, for sure here, though, because Dralix is the provisional sitter at the moment. Chandler just needs to get a good pole here on his teammate, and it looks like they are doing that rather well. Yeah, Taylor easy to mess this up, but these two are really good at negotiating this. Yeah, we saw that last week at Belgium as well. Taylor Clan coming around the final corner through Parabolica. Up to the line now in his Ferrari. He goes up to 8th, 1:19.6. Yeah, good for Taylor Clan. He's been a solid midfield driver all season long, and he's really got to fly the flag now that Warden seems to have dropped out. He hasn't been here for like 3 races in a row now. It's unfortunate for sure. But got to look back at Chandler. He dipped his tires a bit in the gravel coming out of the second chicane, but I don't think it was enough to put him off because he is still pushing. Lights out right here. Here he is now coming through a scar. He clips those apexes rather beautifully, as we can expect from him. Coming down the penultimate straightaway right here, and this could very well be the provisional pole lap here with 9 minutes left in the session. Got a very good tow once again from Ham, his teammate. I would expect Chandler to slow down here the second he crosses the line to give Ham the slipstream back. But anyway, across the line comes Chandler. What's it going to be? And yes, it is a 1:18.768. And he will now slow down as expected. It looks like he's going to give his teammate a tow here. Oh no, Ham came in the pits. His teammate goes in the pits, yeah. So that strange. Might have to wait. It's differently from what they did a week ago. Yes, it is. It is really different. Actually, they got it wrong a week ago. I'm pretty sure. No, it was. That was a McLaren. Yes, it was. It was a McLaren. That's per usual. It's McLaren. But Andre Muri is getting a fat slipstream off of Taylor Clan going down in the Parabolica as he comes out of this final corner. Nice and smooth through there. Hot lap activated. Let's see what he can do coming up to the line. He goes 6th. Good for Andre Muri. Slots right in front of his teammate, Callum Teasdale. Yeah, while you were commentating that, I was looking at B-Dunk right here. Here he is on his flyer approaching Parabolica right now. This will be his first lap time in the session. It looks like he is in prime position to give Hoopalicious a slipstream once he crosses the line. And yeah, it looks like he's actually slowing down his B-Dunk. Yeah, that was a bit slow. And he's pitting. Oh, they're both pitting. Okay, that was a bit strange. Looks like we're getting bluffed out here tonight. It looks like a lot of these guys are about to set each other up. Instead, they just come in the pits.
Yeah, it's quite interesting so far, but we still have 8 minutes left to go, and it's pretty easy to get out and get your lap in here at this this beautiful circuit of Monza.
It's a very quick lap time, yeah.
With so much history. I mean, I said it earlier in the Tier 2 race of Breakout Racing League. I said that there's been some great moments over the years here, and my favorite is probably the Kimi Räikkönen pole in 2018.
It's very tough to beat that. Got to give Charles Leclerc a shout out though. Once again, winning his second career race. It was the first one he was really able to celebrate due to the fact that we all know what happened at Spa the week before, but he's got to move on from that. It's in the past, and we are now looking at Alan Hugo coming up to Parabolica right here. He was getting a little flustered there with a lot of lap traffic. It appeared on his out lap, really got in the way, did a lot of drivers, including the Racing Point and the Red Bull of Deer Hunter. But here he is now on his lap is Alan Hugo across the line, had a good run out of Parabolica. Why don't we run on board with him?
Why not?
He is coming through the first chicane. You really got to cut that first one to really gain a lot of time, and he does that really well. Got to turn in not too early, though, that you hit that orange curve on the right. Here he is coming down the Curva Grande, a very fun corner indeed. We'll see it on lap 1 tonight. Hard on the brakes for the second chicane. Got to get a lot of the curve on the left, a lot of the curve on the right. Doesn't get enough on the right, I don't think, to maximize his run. But either way, he is going to continue on here through Lesbo 1. Ooh, very clean exit indeed there for Hugo. Early on the brake and easy on the gas on exit. Lose the back end though. That could be an invalidation, but it looks like he's sticking to it. Yeah, it looks like he's still going to go for it here. Coming up to a scar, you got to be really daring through here. Flicks it into the left. Doesn't cut the corner like it is very easy to. Coming out of a scar, that was a very good run indeed.
Yes, it was.
And let's see what he can do here, John. What do you think he's going to go up to?
I say around 3rd or 4th, but yeah, his teammate Alex just put in a better time. And
oh no, he's in the gravel out of Parabolic and he spins. Oh man, if the commentator curse wasn't a thing, I think it is now, because that was pretty evil by you and me, not gonna lie.
Oh my God, we were riding on board. He was looking so promising too. Just some nice driving, and he just loses it. What a loser.
Well, luckily he still has a solid 5 minutes 45 seconds, but for all we know, he could purposely start in last like he has multiple times already this season, since he's out of contention for the championship.
Danny, yeah, BRL Sparky in the McLaren is on a lap as he comes through Ascari. Nice clean run through there. Got that hot lap, or the overtake mode activated down the straightaway, and that McLaren is coming around Parabolica.
Yeah, here he comes up to Parabolica, goes for that early apex once again, as he did earlier. Coming out of Parabolica right here, does a good job not to track extend, and across the line, what's it gonna be? It is 6th place, 119.2, not bad at all for Sparky.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see B-Dunk. B-Dunk's on a lap in that Alfa Romeo. Still hasn't put in the time yet, which is quite surprising.
It's a bit strange, and neither has Ham Newton for that matter.
Or
it's a bit late. It's a bit late to still not have a time up on the board.
Yeah, even a banker at this point would be fine, you know, just make sure you get something on the go. But B-Dunk looks like he's backed out on this lap and is going to go again.
Yeah, and John, as for the strategy, all of these drivers have gone for those red wall soft compound tires. Do you think we will see any 2 stops, or is it an easy 1 stop from that red wall tire?
I was actually just going to mention that, Danny, and as B-Dunk goes into the pits, which is interesting, but yeah, no, I was just going to mention that all these drivers are on those red wall soft compound tires. So in the earlier race, in the Tier 2 race of Breakout Racing League, but some of the drivers did chance it and go on those mediums, and most of them found their way to the front quite easily. There was a safety car early in the race, but most of them didn't pit, so I'm surprised we don't see some more drivers here do the contrast strategy and try to go for it on those mediums. But yeah, right now, I mean, it's just making for better action in qualifying, seeing these guys really push the limit on these softs.
Yeah, and as you were saying that, ERS Ham Newton came into the pit lane with B-Dunk. It's still very strange here. We got 3 minutes.
ERS Ham Newton
50,
is out.
Yeah.
He's out now on the circuit. Yes, he is.
Oh, he's glitching all over the map for me. No, he's in the pit lane. It says he's in the pit lane. This is very strange. All right, we may be having an issue here. Ham Newton, I'm just not able to look at. It says he's in the pit lane, but I believe he might actually be on the racetrack. But if he actually is in the pit lane, that's a bit strange. I mean, there's only 3 minutes 17 left in the session. They still don't have anything going for them, Dubino and Ham, as well as Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, our favorite rookie is starting a lap. He's the only one to start a lap right now, it looks like. Everybody else is in that pit, in the pit lane.
No, looks like Hoopalicious is also on a lap right here. He was coming through a scar. He looked like a clean run for him. Hoopalicious, once again, not any slipstream on this lap, but he's been very fast indeed on these one-lap trials here in qualifying. Right from the very beginning of the season, to be honest, but he's just been putting it on further as the season goes. Here he is coming out of Parabolica, and it looks like he backs out of it right there. Yes, and he's coming in the pit lane. So a bit of weird mind games going on here tonight. A lot of these guys are just like bluffing laps, bluffing slipstreams, and it's a bit weird.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, geez, Callum. Yeah, I was
Callum.
looking at it right there. He lost the back end big time there out of Lesmo 1. Does a well good job there to hold on to it coming out of there. Here he is now coming up to Ascari. I'm surprised he's still pushing onward with this lap. I would have probably slowed down, tried to set up another one.
You gotta go for it. You gotta. Yeah, now he's backed out. But
that's an invalidation.
So far, some of these laps that he's been putting in look quite good. As some of these drivers are starting to come out of the pit lane. VSR Hydraulics is now on the track, as well as B-Dunk, who's all the way down in 17th. Still surprising about that, Danny.
Yeah, John, I'm feeling a bit of a phrase here for our buddy in the Racing Point. I'm thinking do it for Teasdale.
Do it for Why not? You know, send it for Teasdale.
Why not? Well, here we are now. It is 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the session. This is about that time where we see a lot of these drivers coming up for their final runs. And as I say that, yes, it is Madhouse now leaving the pit lane. Every car coming out of the exit right there. Teasdale is on his next lap, so luckily for him, he is ahead of the Insanity. We saw in qualifying last year just how crazy it can be on the out lap with the end of Q3, or for this matter, the end of the qualifying session. But anyways, Teasdale once again is out ahead of them. It'll be fun to see what he can do on his second try here. Taylor Clan has just started his lap time, and behind him he has Saxman and Caspita, the two Toro Rossos, giving themselves a huge slipstream down the front straightaway. Not too sure if one of them is actually in the way of the other. Yes, it looks like they are actually going on laps at the same time, like within 5 feet of each other. I hope that isn't bad enough for Caspita that he gets held up in the dirty air by his teammate.
Yeah, for sure. As VSR Hydraulics starts his heart. I can't speak tonight, Danny.
B-Dunk to 5th.
Oh, B-Dunk to 5th. Hey! No, all right. So
he finally sets a time.
Yeah, finally, right? He should have put in a banker a little bit earlier, but good for
slides
him.
it on his cooldown. That was scary for B-Dunk. But gotta look at Hydraulics real quick. He is provisional pole sitter once again at that 118.694. Somehow I think I missed that earlier. Chandler had taken it very briefly though, as Hydraulics is already back up there. Is this his cooldown, or did he just set his lap time?
Who did?
No, I believe Hydraulics is on it right now. I can't tell
Hydraulics is on it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Loses the back end a little bit, but holds on to his mid-corner. He lost it, but held on very well indeed. Here he is coming up to Parabolica for the final time this qualifying session. What's this going to be for Hydraulics? He's got to keep it easy, though. Can't track extend, holds it in. Good job. Minimizing all the time by holding it to the inside line on exit. Across the line he goes, and he does not improve. He does not improve. I was going to say he lost it mid-corner of Ascari. Very tough to lose time and gain it all back from those corners because there's so few on this racetrack. Here comes Chandler, though, now. He's going to be crossing the line very shortly. Some drivers ahead of him as well. John, to keep us posted on who crosses the line.
Yes, sir.
Mean Fern right here.
Yeah, Mean Fern's going to come across the line right now. He's weaving, so it does not look like he's going to set up in a time. But Alan Hugo is now crossing. No, he goes into the pits. What a surprise.
Yeah, and here comes Chandler across the line. What's it going to be? And it does not get him up to first place.
And Ham Newton goes
improve.
15th. Ham Newton is going to start almost dead last in his Williams. NZL Ryan up to 4th now in his Renault. Very good time out of him. Hoopalicious he's coming across the line. Let's see if he can do anything.
Oh, and here comes Sparky.
No, can't do anything. Doesn't improve. No, I mean, these drivers aren't really improving at all.
A bit anticlimactic.
It really
is.
Andre.
Andre has lost his front wing. BRL Jared has lost
the session is over.
Left tire. What happened there at the end? A lot of controversy indeed. A lot of drivers losing front wings, losing tires, and then we had a lot of guys not even improving there, even though the track was at its fastest. But hey, it all comes down to the end, and here it is. VSR Hydraulics is your pole sitter here at Monza. Second place belongs to Chandler Seda. And rounding out that podium starting grid is Hoopalicious there. Once again, a great qualifying performance for him in that Alpha.
Yeah, and in fourth we have the Renault of New Zealand Ryan, and then Deer Hunter, another good qualifying out of him in the Red Bull, very good out of him. Beat on qualify sixth after spending the whole session at the back. BRL Sparky in seventh, DRC Jared in eighth, which is where he's been starting lately, every race. Mex Stalo in ninth, and Taylor Clan rounds out your top 10.
So, John, how crucial is this for Hydraulics that he is on pole position and New Zealand Ryan is starting 4 positions back?
To be honest, it's really not that crucial because anything can happen down into 1 here at Monza. I know earlier in the Tier 2 race, the driver who started in 4th ended up leading out of 1, or out of turn 2. So, I mean, anything is possible. You know, Kevin Garnett said it in 2008 finals. The Celtics won, but yeah, no. But yeah, anything can happen here at Monza, so I don't really think it's that big of an advantage for Hydraulics.
All right, well, as you said it, this is track. Anything can happen here at Monza, very similar to plate racing over here in America, but this is now the time where we can make our fun selections due to the fact that anything can happen. John, who is our ones to watch and our picks to win here tonight?
See, I know you're going to say someone, but, you know, I knew you were going to take Callum away from me. But I'm going to take him.
No, I wasn't. You can take him.
Oh, okay, all right. So I'm going to take Callum Teasdale, the rookie. Do it for Teasdale is now his slogan. He's starting 13th in that racing point. I'm excited to see what he can do since he is the rookie. You know, you never know. Someone just joins and you don't know their pace. It's just like Alan Hugo, one of the best drivers on the grid. I mean, he's starting dead last, but he joined midway through the season.
So is your pick to win or your one to watch?
No, he's my pick. He's my one to watch. My pick to win in tonight's race. I'm going to go with an outsider. I'm going to go with Deer Hunter. I know he's put the time in all week. He's put the time in all week. I've talked to him, and yeah, no, he feels really confident going in, and with that good qualifying session, I'm excited to see what he can do tonight. So, Danny, how about you?
Yeah, as for myself, it's very hard not to pick Alan Hugo. He's been doing it every week where he just wants to start last to see what he can do, and it has been very fun to watch indeed. So we'll take a look at Alan Hugo there to work his way up through the field. Got to throw Ham Newton in the mix there as well. The two of them are going to be coming through like bats out of hell, trying to get back up to the front where they know they belong. As for my one to win here tonight, once again, a bit of an outsider as per usual. I'm going to give it to Hoopalicious here. I mean, he's showing some good pace here. He's gotten better in the race runs the last couple weekends, and if he can just run a clean, smooth race, tuck in that slipstream, save that battery, he could be right there where it matters at the end, possibly get his first win this season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hoopalicious, very good driver. The last couple of races, we've seen him kind of break out in this Breakout Racing League. Yeah, like I said, the last couple of races. So as the drivers get ready to queue up, I'm real excited. Danny, how was your day?
How was my day? It was a bit boring the first half. Had a physics test at noon, but thank God that is in the past. God knows if I passed or failed, but we are now here to have a bit more fun here tonight. John, got to throw it back to you. Is there any final thoughts you have for our viewers here tonight before we get this thing kicked off?
Just stay tuned. You know, if it gets a little bit boring in the middle of the race, just know that the ending will always be good here. The Tier 2 race, it was insane. So I stress, stick with us, viewers, as the drivers get ready. Danny, call it out.
Yeah, Alan Hugo in his grid slot. We're ready to get started. 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And it's time to bring the action from Monza. Looks like a good start there from Hydraulics, but he will get some pressure from Chandler. Chandler gets the second phase down very well, but the Mercedes covers him off. Hard into turn 1 they all go. A lot of contact in the midfield, but it looks like not too much to throw anyone out of the race, at least early. Look at Hoopalicious to the lead coming out of the first chicane. Negotiated that masterfully. They're now side by side between Hydraulics and Hoopalicious coming through Curva Grande. Who's going to emerge up front? Looks like Drolix gets back at him at the 7th gear, but now coming into the chicane, it is Hoopalicious in position to take the lead, but he hits the gravel. Drolix is going to come back before Lesmo 1 goes to the inside, and he will have Hoopalicious pass if he holds it, but no, he does not. Hoopalicious is still fighting hard there on the outside, but now Drolix will take over the top spot. What a start.
He's going to get the better run. Hoopalicious down the back straightaway. Can he make the move on VSR Drolix going into the Scari for the lead? What a great start out of Hoopalicious. Pretty clean throughout the field. My guy, Teasdale, do it for Teasdale, did not get going at all. He is now dead last from 13th. What a shame. But NZL Ryan is now all over the back of Chandler Seda for that final podium position. And
he backs out of it, though, does Ryan. And behind them, looks like Deer Hunter was a bit under pressure there from the McLaren of Sparky, who's had a masterful start right there. He's just really put himself in position to make an overtake here at the end of lap 1. Up in front of them, though, we got a lot of slipstream right here. It looks like we got what is that? Chandler Seda trying to take a look here on Hoopalicious. Hoopalicious very far ahead of him, though. Too far, indeed, to make the move. Behind them, it looks like Deer Hunter and Jared and Sparky are all going at it right there. Deer Hunter comes out of it on top, and Sparky actually loses the position to Jared.
Yellow
flag is in the air.
Alan Hugo, he's around. Alan Hugo is around. He's
now
dead last. That's a shame. I mean, he started there, but my heart goes out
it looks
to
like
him
this
again.
is going to make it even harder for him to come his way through the field.
Yes, sir. And Ham Newton is still down there. He qualified. That's a driver we didn't talk about. He qualified in 15th as he's trying to scrap his way through the field. He's battling with Mean Fern down in 14th right now. But back up to the action, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, what a start that was.
He gets Sparky.
Look at that.
No, it was
Sparky. What is going on?
I have no clue.
On my screen, I just saw Sparky get railed by Taylor Clan and get right out of the race, but looks like it has lagged back into position. He is still running 9th. Don't you worry, Sparky fans. I know your heart sank into your chest there for a second, but he is still doing rather well. Behind him, though, Andre Miri is coming. Oh, geez, looks like there is some lag issues here with Sparky. We saw it at Hungary. Looks like it's happening again here tonight. He's teleporting all over the place. Not good for his competitors. He's just going to be a moving chicane and even dive bomb if he hits them. But either way, it looks like DRS is now enabled at the end of lap 3, as per usual. Start of lap 3, mind me. Sparky is under pressure here from Andre, and it looks like Andre will get it taken here, coming into turn number 1. Oh, Sparky fighting back, though, on the inside as it switches through the chicane. But no, the better traction will go to Andre, and he will move himself up into 9th place. Not the best start for Sparky, even though his lap 1 looked rather good.
Yeah, it did. It really did. Sparky lost a few positions like you were talking. But Chandler is still, those leaders, I mean, I was watching them down the back straightaway there, coming up to Parabolica, and they're weaving. They're weaving like crazy to get out of the slipstream. So now, the top 4 are separated within 2 seconds. So very, very tight racing right now as we go on to almost lap 4. B-Duck's in 5th. Kind of hanging back there with Deer Hunter. So, and actually DRC.
But John, who would have guessed though that neither of the front row starters would have been the leader coming out of the first game?
I told you. I said actually Drolix started on pole, but no, I said.
No, I'm saying neither of them led coming out of the first chicane. I mean, Hoopalicious almost had that thing covered off.
Yeah, no, I thought Hoopalicious had it there for a minute, and he goes with he gets the fastest lap himself, 122.4. So good out of him. He's catching Drolix pretty quickly now. So,
yeah, you can see the rear wing open of these front runners. They're all just going to be training down these straightaways, going really quickly. It's just going to be a matter of who is in the lead. They are going to be the most vulnerable with that DRS shut. They're going to have a train of 3 or 4 cars possibly training up behind you, looking to make a pass.
Yeah, Danny, I also want to point out that Saxman, Callum, and Alan Hugo all started on the medium compound tires. So there were some gamblers back there, so it might pay off for them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, watch them come back here later in the race as the second stage really sets in here, the second stint on those tires. Looks like there's a big break here between 4th and 5th of B-Dunk and Ryan. B-Dunk really needs to get his head down here and try and close in that gap, because if he does not catch up to them, they might just train away due to all the slipstream and DRS they have.
Yeah, and I'm really surprised about Hoopalicious' pace today. I mean, he's up there in the top 3. So, yeah, good on him. top 4. Yeah, good on him so far. So let's see where his race goes. But he looks to be
behind
closing
them
in
looks
on
like Mean
Trowix.
Fern and Taylor Clan are going at it right here. Mean Fern
Yes,
gets
they
him
are.
done around the outside, coming out of Ascari, approaching Parabolica. It's a very easy move down the straight. Oh, Taylor Clan loses the back end, and he wrecks into the wall on the inside barrier. His front wing is damaged. He's going to have to pit right here, and Taylor Clan, I'm sorry, I feel like I do this to you every weekend, man. Oh.
It's such a shame for Taylor Clan. Yeah, like you said, you feel like you do it every weekend. I think you do it every weekend, but let's get back up to the top 4 here. Casper to be 12.
Yeah, gotta look
3-second
back
time
at it.
penalty.
Hoopalicious under fire from Chandler, who pokes to the inside, but isn't close enough to stick it up there. Looks like oh, he's out of the races, Taylor Clan. He has DNF'd, and he is out here on lap 5.
Such a shame.
Oh, yeah, that is. I mean, he was right there in the midfield battling with Mean Fern, and now he's out. So hopefully he'll have a good run next time out. I believe, is it Singapore next week?
It is Singapore. It's my favorite
Yes,
track. It is John Webster's favorite track. I love Singapore.
Yeah, and I don't
very
think
much.
it could be more polar opposite to what we're looking at this weekend.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, Hoopalicious is 4/10 away from Growlitz. And Saxman with a 3-second time penalty down in 12th. That's going to hurt his race maybe at the end, later stages, as he comes back on those soft tires when he puts them on.
And John, as you saw earlier, what lap would you expect these tires to fall off, and we'll see some guys moving in the pit lane?
I know there was a safety car in the earlier race on lap 6.
Oh, yellow flag. Deer Hunter.
Oh, yellow flag. Deer Hunter. No, that's my pick. Oh, man. As Hoopalicious looks to the inside, thinks better of it, though. Jesus, let's see if he can get a better exit. No, he does not. Drolix pulls away from him, so... and New Zealand Ryan is now looking at Chandler Seda. Let's see if he can get that slipstream around Curva Grande they go. He's not going to be able to send it as he's a little bit too far back, but Chandler locks up. Almost crushes him.
That's going to put him under pressure from New Zealand Ryan. Coming up to Lesbo One, looking to the inside. Comes the Renault. He's going to push it hard on the brakes here, but Chandler will get better rotation on the outside. But no, he runs wide, and that is going to compromise his run out of the corner. And yes, it does. Up into 3rd place goes New Zealand Ryan. Excellent move by him. And this is wondrous for B-Dunk, who's closing way in on these guys.
And DRC Jared, who's right behind him in DRS, looking to make
Jared
a move,
actually taking a look to the inside of B-Dunk, but he backs out of it right there. That could have been something. But Deer Hunter, yeah, as you were saying it, that was your pick to win here tonight. It looks like he has big contact early. That's going to put him way behind now in dead last place behind Caspita, 25 seconds behind Caspita. So he's got a lot to do if he's going to want to come back here at the end. Oh, we got another yellow flag out. Is that Callum?
No,
in his debut,
it's
Callum Teasdale spins out. Not too sure if there was contact there with he and Caspita possibly. Coming through a scar, he looks like he lost it on exit, and that's going to make his race all that more hard, as it is for a lot of these guys now, between Deer Hunter and Taylor Clan, who's out of the race for that matter. Got to look back at Sparky, though. He has gotten back around Andre Miri, who had passed him early in the race, so good for Sparky to get around the driver that he knows he is quicker than. Next up is Mex Stalo, and now Teasdale has a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he's now out of the race.
Oh my God! Wow.
That's a shame. The hype let us down, John. The hype let us down. Oh, we got another yellow flag. What's going on?
Oh no, it's just Callum. It's just Callum.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy if we had like 3 DNFs within a minute right there.
That's crazy, but yeah, it's kind of spreading out a little bit now, but Hoopalicious is staying on the back of VSR Hydraulics, excuse me. So these tires do look to be wearing extensively here soon. I think they'll pit in the next 2 laps, I assume.
Yeah.
You might see someone stretch it a little bit on the softs, see what they can do. You never know. Safety car, VSC. So anything can happen. I mean, it's Monza. Come on.
20 to go as they hit the line right here. 20 laps of excitement sure to come as Jared sets the fastest lap time there in 5th place, showing that he's not out of this thing whatsoever. Hoopalicious poking to the inside once again. A lot of these drivers just taking looks to that inside, but none of them have really been able to send it and get alongside. Hoopalicious loses the back end in big time right there. That's going to set up New Zealand Ryan to make a move to the second chicane. Is he close enough, though? And no, looks like Ryan got a poor exit as well. This is backing them up into Chandler and Jared. And B-Dunk really hasn't capitalized the way I thought he could have.
No, B-Dunk is really falling off. I don't know if it's his tires or or what it is, but yes, he is off the pace
always
just
something.
a little bit. Yeah, it's all, you know, it's always something. Actually, Danny, I was
Oh,
gonna
you
make
know,
a
yellow
point.
flag is back out. Andre Miri has gone round. Looks
Oh,
like he
the
might have
other
made
racing
contact. Oh, he
point.
cheats right there, the
man.
reset button. That might get looked into. I'm pretty sure that is not allowed here. But
It
looks
is
like
not.
he tried to maybe stick it up the inside of someone like Vettel did on Hamilton a couple of years ago, and that sent him round very similarly, or he
And
just
actually,
lost it altogether
Jared
on his
looking
own.
on a move on Chandler. He's going to try and go around the outside. Oh, he's
Yeah,
right
Chandler
back
looks
into the
like he has
slipstream.
less downforce here, though, and he's been able to haul past him. Oh, looks like Jared's going to stick it very close behind his gearbox, though, to get that slipstream. This could very well be a pass here for Jared coming down the main straightaway.
Oh,
Chandler will not have... Oh, Chandler pits. That could have been a huge crash. Jared, masterful driving to get out of the way of the slowing Chandler. Good
And now
driving
New
indeed,
Zealand
and
Ryan
reaction
looks
time.
to make a move on Hooplicious for the lead. He thinks better of it, though, down into turn one. Hooplicious a little bit deep, which is going to compromise his exit. Really loose out of there. New Zealand Ryan is going to get a fantastic run through Curva Grande. Let's see what that Renault can do. New Zealand Ryan.
Ryan's going to slip in that slipstream right there. He's going to tuck in, looking to the left side. Maybe not the best idea. Yes, as he does back out of it right there. It is very tough to get a move done right there, being on the left side. Hoopalicious and he both touch the gravel line exit, showing the struggling that they're starting to deal with on those tires. But John, Chandler Seda and a couple of those guys really pulled off an undercut. Do you think that will help them out here?
I think it will,
Hoopalicious is the back end. Sorry to interrupt you. Hoopalicious has lost it big time on the curb out of Lesmo 2. Ryan's going to come back at him with DRS side by side for the lead, approaching Ascari, and Ryan will have him cleared before they even get to the braking zone.
Yeah, I mean, that undercut is really going to help those guys because Ryan and Hoopalicious were battling, and Hoopalicious lost that a little bit. This opens the door for someone like Jared to come into the mix here. But yeah, B-Dunk Pit as well as and BRL Sparky. So I don't know who's going to come out where, but a big gainer so far is Sam Newton. He's up to 5th right now.
They're all pitting. The leaders are pitting.
No, and
except for Jared though.
Jared stays out, so Jared's going to run another lap, see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, he had to because his teammate of Ryan pitted right there. They couldn't double stack. That would have cost Jared a good 5 seconds if it was not done very well. So
yeah,
smart of Jared to recognize his teammate pitted to stay out another lap. Ham Newton is also staying out right here. Starts on the back of the grid. He's up to second off of the pit stop sequence.
And Dralix is going to be ahead of both, and so is Chandler.
Oh, and Chandler is going to jump Hoopalicious.
And maybe even Ryan. He's going to send it down the outside.
Oh, wow, Ryan. Ooh. No, Ryan does a wonderful switchback, though. What a switchback by New Zealand Ryan. He's going to come back around the outside, coming through Curva Grande, side by side for 7th. Here they are coming through. The Renault edges ahead, but no, Chandler comes back, and he's going to have the position. He has the better positioning there on the right side. It's going to switch to the inside at the second corner of the chicane. But look at Ryan negotiating that. The best I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was some really clean racing. I mean, very, very good, respectable driving from the both of them. Danny, have you ever?
No, I have never seen anyone hold it in that position there. Going to the left side, going through that second chicane, it is hard to hold that position because it switches to the inside for the other driver, and if you make contact, you are in the barrier spinning. So good job by Ryan to manage that and hold on to where he was. He recognized what he was going to have to do.
Yeah, Jared and Ham Newton, who are in 1st and 2nd as of now, and now it's Saxman in the lead, and the Toro Rosso, they are both pitting. Alan Hugo from the back of the grid is now up to 10th on those, now up to 2nd on those mediums. Excuse my
10th.
Yeah, up to 10th. What a drive. VSR Dralix gets ahead.
Oh, Hugo's missing his right end plate though.
And Jared is going to come out behind Hooplicious. So. And New Zealand Ryan and Chandler
behind
are
them. Look at Sparky taking a peek on B-Dunk. Not able to get there, though. Sparky did look. And actually, this looks like it has helped out B-Dunk a good bit. He looks a whole lot closer than he was before the pit stop sequences started.
Yes, it does. It really has helped B-Dunk out. So good on them for a solid undercut.
He's just going to have to push a little bit hard here, though, through the middle sector. He is 2 tenths away from that DRS rate. Oh, look at Jared losing the back end. That's exactly what B-Dunk needed. Now that is going to get him within that 1 second, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like maybe it wasn't enough of a mistake from Jared to get him close there, but that was a big save that Jared just had to make coming out of that chicane.
Yeah, it really was. I was watching Hooplicious, and he almost lost it as well coming out of the second Lesmo. And Chandler is still all over the back of New Zealand Ryan as VSR Tralix drives away from those two.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very good sequence there for Tralix. I mean, it is very tough to break the DRS here, and he has been able to do that in the pit stop sequences. So very good timing by him to pit when he did. And it looks like Ryan's a bit of a roadblock for him now, because Ryan is really seeming to hold up Chandler and Hoopalicious, because this train is all packed together once again as they were to start the race. Hoopalicious fastest, by the way.
Yeah, Hoopalicious, yeah, he's coming. He's pushing his car. I mean, he had the fastest lap earlier as well. So, yeah, these 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th are all within a second. So they're really battling it out right now.
Gotta look at Saxman and Alan Hugo holding it up there on their medium compound tires. It'll be fun to see just how long they stay out, because if they go long enough, they will end up being roadblocks for Tralix when he catches up to them. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on there.
Yes, it will. I'm thoroughly enjoying this, Danny.
These are 2 good weeks, man. We go from Spa to Monza, and next week maybe won't be as much as fun as these when it comes to entertainment, but it will be
Hopefully
a lot
it's
of fun when it comes to driving. So
yeah, I mean, like we said, anything can happen at Monza. I mean, on iRacing, a NASCAR driver at Monza decided to say the one word that a person should never say, you know. So anything can happen here at Monza, you know. As
and as you say, a yellow flag was in the air. Not too sure what happened right there. I don't believe I know which sector it was in. The yellow flag was out, but gotta look at Sparky right here shaping up a move on B-Dunk. B-Dunk, by the way, had a nightmarish lap right there. He was all of a sudden falling a good second behind Jared than what he was a lap ago.
Ryan, he's gonna move over to the left around the outside for this corner. Will he make the move? Yes, he has. He flies right by New Zealand Ryan.
Very clean move there for Chandler to get ahead of Ryan. That was important for his race if he wants to go up there and challenge Tralix for the lead. But looks like Ryan is going to be able to tuck back in here and possibly might even take a look at Chandler come the end of this lap.
Yeah, baby. But
I mean, this DRS is just so important. As Chandler gets to the gravel there, looks like Ryan backs out of it, though. Ryan had a shot to look around the outside of Lesmo, but thinks better of it. A little more wise to stick in the...
Yeah, I mean, those two are really battling.
Sorry, I had a bit of a mic disconnection right there, but we're back right here.
It's all good.
New Zealand Ryan, I was just going to say, I mean, he could have looked to the outside of Chandler right there, but thought better of it. He would have lost more time than he would have gained if he tried to make that move. Behind them, Jared, his teammate, is taking a shot at Hoopalicious, but Hoopalicious looks to have better battery right now, or possibly even a lower downforce setup as he drives away from Jared, even though Jared had the draft slipstream.
Jared's going to get that better exit though as he goes.
Yeah. Hoopalicious took a really early apex, and that's going to set up a poor exit indeed. He does get DRS on the driver's ahead, so this will stall the momentum of Jared. I don't think Jared's going to take a shot here. He looks, but he will not take it.
No, he does not. He does not send it. I kind of wish he did. You know, we got to get some action going for the viewers. It's a long DRS chain, 4 seconds. So. And Saxman is still leading that race with a 1 second gap to... and Saxman kind of loses it there. Those tires have to be forced now. Alan Hugo is now gaining. He gained about, 5/6 on him right there in one corner. So Saxman looks to be struggling up there in the lead, Danny.
Yeah, Saxman tends to get recognition for when he's doing something a little crazy, as these drivers have described it in recent weeks, especially at Hungary, but it's good for him to get some recognition leading the race off of his strategy.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing that contrast strategy. I think I raced with him in another league, and I did that contrast strategy starting on the medium compound tire, and I did pretty well. So I think he's taking some influence from me. So hopefully
New Zealand Ryan, no! I think that is the first penalty of the front runners. I think it is. I haven't seen much action there on the bottom of the screen. His hand picks one up a second later. Yeah, I have not seen much action on the bottom of the screen when it comes to penalties. It had been very clean up here at the front, but it looks like it is starting to fall now. As we have hit the second half of this race, it's going to be a lot easier to pick up warning and get a penalty. Got to look at Ryan here, though. Looks like he will take a shot at Chandler. Yes, he does. Chandler's stranded right there with a big parachute of his wing there. No DRS for him, and that's just going to allow Ryan to fly past him down the front straight. And Tralix has not gotten, actually, what is he? He's gotten really far ahead of these guys. I don't think they're going to catch him.
Yeah, I mean, that Williams, the Taylor, I mean, that Williams does drive like a boat in real life. But, you know, the thing down the straightaway, he just got embarrassed by New Zealand Ryan there, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, as we're looking at these leaders right here and the craziness up there, Sparky is all over B-Dunk. He's been all over him for a lot of laps right now. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten the move done. He might just be holding position right there, waiting for B-Dunk to burn his battery.
Yeah, DRC Jared is all over the path. He just can't get the move done.
I'm telling you, I think he has more wing. I think he has more wing than Hoop, because if he had anything less, he would fly past him with that DRS.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Alex is actually... Oh, and DRL's for the 3-second time penalty. Oh, that's a shame. But I think Drought is starting to lose some of his pace a little bit compared to his usual.
Oh, yellow flag!
We got a yellow flag, step 3.
Oh, it is Saxman! No, it was Saxman came in the pits. That might have triggered a yellow. Oh, no, it is Mean Fern. You're right. That was strange. It was the second that Saxman came in there. Oh, wait, looks like Sparky and B. No, they weren't. It was just them passing Saxman in the pits, throwing me off guard right there. But I was going to say, it looked like Saxman was the cause of that incident there, because the yellow came out the second he pitted, and he was dropping positions like a fly. So that...
Yes, it was. And Alan Hugo is still out there on 15 laps of those medium compound tires, so... Oh, man,
Is Hugo going to let his teammate go here? I think it would be a bit rude if he doesn't.
a wee bit. But, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does.
Yellow flag is back there. Looks like Stalo this time.
It's Mean Bird. Next Stalo. It's the other Haas. Oh, he's around.
Yeah, Max Stalo seems to have lost it. I'm curious as to whether he was trying to make a move on somebody, possibly trying to make a move on Ham or getting passed by Ham. It looked like they were very close in proximity when that yellow came out for his spin. So unfortunate for Mex, but luckily he is still in that final points paying position. He's just going to have a charging Saxman on softs coming up behind him, so that's going to be tough to manage. Oh, as we now see, it looks like Sparky is taking a shot here on Beat Up. Oh, he backs out of it there, coming into Parabolica. I think Sparky's going to get the move done down the front straight this time around. He is very close indeed. Yes, he is. Coming out of Parabolica in the slipstream. DRS is going to be open for Sparky, but not for Beat Up. Here he is in that slipstream, going to look to the left side. Beat Up goes defensive side by side for 7 as they approach turn number 1, still side by side. And yes, Beat Up goes hard on the brakes. Looks like there's contact, and he spins out Sparky. Beat Up has to slam the brakes and stop to not hit him. I don't know if I like that for Beat Up right there. I think he should have just let him go.
And that opens the door for ERS. Maybe that might have been a racing incident, but good on Beat Up for waiting up. That shows some good sportsmanship out of him. But yeah, no, I was going to say earlier about the two Haas's. Maybe they're drinking way too much rich energy and kind of getting a little bit rowdy, you know. But yeah, back up to the leaders game.
Yeah, I mean, Alan Hugo's still out there right now. VFR Hydraulics is only 9/10 behind him, but the battle right now really is for third, which is provisionally second right now. These gaps are not getting any larger between these guys. Hoopalicious, once again, very close to Chandler Seda. If he can get around Chandler, I'd be interested to see what Hoop can do if he gets up to Ryan, because Ryan, I don't know about you, but Ryan has not appeared to be the fastest of these four when he's leading the train.
He is not, and Saxman with a 3-second time penalty. What a shame, but Alan Hugo continues to stay out.
Yeah, no, Dralix is going to get a move on him there, I think. Oh, no, looks like Hugo, no, Hugo is not letting him go. Hugo, you got to let him go right here, man, because if he holds him up anymore, it's now 2/10. New Zealand Ryan is only 2/10 away from DRS right here, so Alan Hugo really needs to get out of the way. I don't know what he's doing, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, I think he's hoping for a safety car, as now he finally lets his teammate go and might hold up New Zealand Ryan a little bit as well. But no, I think he's waiting for
that's got to be his purpose right now. He's going to be serving the second driver role, the Kimi Räikkönen right here, to try and hold up Ryan and the train right here. I'm excited to see what he can do right here on his old tires.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, looks like he might have thrown it away. He lost the back end big time midway through Lesmo too, and yes, that gave him a killer run. And that just, that really stalled
and now New Zealand Ryan is within a second of VSR Hydraulics.
Yeah, that was not negotiated well by the two Mercedes at all. I got to be real here. Hugo should not have held up his teammate through that first chicane. That might have cost him the race.
I'm not sure about Hydraulics' pace has been very, very good.
Yeah, but New Zealand Ryan, man, he's dynamo. He's really freaking good.
Yeah, he really is.
Well, here they are coming down the front straightaway right now. Yes, Ryan does have DRS. Nightmare for VSR Dralix because he will not have that wing open for any time soon.
Hugo! What happened? What happened? What happened? He just dropped.
Oh, man.
He's got a puncher.
Oh, yes, he does. Hugo has blown a tire. Not too sure why he just stayed out this long. No, he has. That right rear looks like it's gone. Or no, it looks like it's back going.
No,
is this a visual glitch?
Just went way deep.
No, I think we're getting a visual glitch right now where we see a puncture. Yeah, no, that right rear is definitely looking a bit weird on my screen, but maybe not. I don't know. We might be going crazy. Quarantine does that to you. But gotta go back up to the battle up here. Chandler Seda has really reeled in New Zealand Ryan due to the fact that Ryan got held up momentarily by Hugo. So DRS will be open for Chandler right here, only 6/10 back. Looks like Dralix had a good middle sector. I'm not too sure if Ryan has his DRS open. Yes, he did actually. So it looks like Dralix did not do enough to break that 1 second barrier. Behind them, Hoopalicious seems to have lost a good bit of time here off of Chandler. I think Hugo held him up a good deal, as well as Jared. Those two are miles behind Chandler now.
Yeah, and Chandler looks to make a move on New Zealand Ryan coming up to this the straightaway. I mean, he's got 30% more battery.
Oh, Jared goes way wide there coming out of Parabolica.
Oh, man. Oh, and Chandler Seda goes fastest with a 121.9. He's gaining on New Zealand Ryan.
Yes, here he is, side by side for second, and he will have him pass before they even get to the braking zone. Easy move for Chandler. He is now up to second place, and he's only 8/10 behind Dralix. He ran that very well to not get slowed up mid-corner by going side by side with Ryan. He did a good job of charging up that battery and launching it all down the straightaway to make sure he was clear. That really slingshotted him around and got him well within DRS range of Dralix.
Yeah, definitely float like a Cadillac, sting like a bee. You know, we all know it from cars. Chandler Seda just flew right by New Zealand Ryan. And now
but Ryan actually, I think Chandler burned up too much battery making that move because Ryan is all over him right here. Might even get a move done coming up to Ascari. I don't know if he'll be close enough. No, it does not appear that he will be, but actually this is not good for these two because Drought is starting to break away a little bit again.
And Hoopalicious is all over the back of New Zealand Ryan now, so Hoopalicious is still in this fight.
Dralix hit the gravel coming out of Ascari, and that really stalled his momentum. He lost 3/10 coming out of that corner. It is now only half a second between he and Chandler Seda. Anyone can win this race with 7 to go at the line.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, stick around for the end.
Yeah, look at Jared making a move on Hoopalicious right here. He's very close, but once again, Hoop is just going to eke away due to the fact that he has that better straight line. Hugo's still out there on those mediums, by the way. What is he? Oh, and there's contact between Jared and Hoopalicious. He hits a mid-corner of the first chicane. Oh, man, Hoopalicious does a good job of holding on to it, but this is going to throw them out of New Zealand Ryan's DRS range if they aren't careful.
And Chandler looks to make the move on VSR Dralix, and he thinks...
Oh, Dralix goes defensive. Yeah, good positioning by Dralix. You said it. Oh, man, here comes Chandler.
Chandler gets gravel. Yeah, here comes Ryan. Chandler gets to the gravel. And Hoopalicious and the RC Jared are still there. I don't know what Hugo's doing. He's still out there on those tires. I don't know if he's hoping for a safety car or what. Oh, and Jared almost...
Yeah, look, I don't think I care about Alan anymore. This is too crazy up here right now. I believe it's 5 drivers within 1 second of each other. Coming through sector 2 right now. Going to start sector 3 here on lap 21. Dralix's lead is not safe as it was before. Yeah,
I get the little loose coming out of Ascari, and Chandler, that might open the door for him down that straightaway. I mean, he's 2/10 away coming up.
And behind them, Sparky has finally passed B-Dunk on the run into Ascari, but he might lose it here because he did not get too far ahead of B-Dunk after the overtake. Got to ignore that, though. The battle is for the lead. DRS is open for Chandler Seda. He is in the slipstream of VSR Dralix. He is going to be your leader if things go well here. Side by side for the lead. It looks like Ryan may have made it 3 wide for a second. Chandler around the outside, switches to the inside. Bit of contact, but clean enough, and Chandler Seda is your leader.
Let's see what Dralix can come back. I don't know if that's slipstream the section goes quickest, but who cares? VSR Dralix maybe makes the move. Maybe he sends it. No, he's too far back.
Behind them, Jared looking to the outside of Hoopalicious coming to the second chicane. Isn't able to get alongside, though. Oh, man, this is just craziness right now.
Yeah,
Might have killed John. Oh, there he is.
I'm losing my breath.
Yeah, it is hard. But anyways, Chandler is gonna not be safe right there because look at Jolix right here. He's already setting up a move right here, lurking in the slipstream of Chandler in the Williams. And Sparky, yes, did get repassed by B-Dunk on the same lap that he had finally gotten around the Alpha. So he's gonna have to put his head back down and close back in with these 6 laps to go.
Danny, do you think Jolix, by chance, kind of used up his stuff?
I don't know. Well, no,
Oh,
I don't.
Gets loose out of parabolic, and it's wide open the door for Jolix. Sorry, Danny.
Yeah,
But,
no, here
Jolix
comes
is gonna get
Dralix
the
in that
DRS.
slipstream. Let's see if he can get the move done. DRS is open for the Mercedes, but I do not believe he will be close enough. He takes a peek, but yeah, not close enough to get alongside. And John, we might be seeing a Chandler State of victory right here.
I hope not, but Jolix might. No, I'm playing with Chandler. But New Zealand Ryan looks to make a move on Jolix. He's going to be in that slipstream. Will he send it? I think he might.
No, he does not. He thinks better of it. But it is 5 laps to go here from Monza. I don't know who's going to win this thing. Chandler does have the lead, but John, as we've seen it all night, it is hard to hold on to it. 5 laps to go. Who do you think is going to win this thing?
My money's on Hooplicious still. I really think Hooplicious down at 4th is just chilling. I really think
Can you check the penalties for us, actually, now that you say that?
No, we're not checking penalties. We're not checking penalties this week.
Come on, you gotta check them. That ruins
No, well, New Zealand Ryan has one, and that's the only one up here that has one.
Yeah, so as it stands, he will not be a podium finisher. Hoopalicious, according to my knowledge, does not have a penalty yet. It looks like Hugo has finally pitted. Or as he spun out, because that's way far. Oh, yeah, no, he has a puncture. Hoopalicious has blown his right. Oh, no, not Hoopalicious. Alan Hugo has blown his right rear. It has run out.
And
here.
New Zealand Ryan
is
closing. He's really closing on Jolix now. He's going to make a move.
Yep, looking to the right side, side by side for second, and it looks like he will get around him before they even get to the corner. Good move by Ryan. He's going to be putting Chandler in the fire here very shortly, and Hoopalicious is now going to be putting pressure on Jolix.
Oh, Danny, I just said that Australian beast.
We'll ignore that. Back up to the front, New Zealand Ryan is only 2/10 behind Chandler. ERS Ham Newton picks up another penalty, but that is none of our concern. He is well behind these leaders as they are all going at it all crazy right here. It is 4 laps to go right now. It'll be 3 when we hit the line this time around, and that's when I think we'll see the most bold of moves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just like, Danny, I'm at a loss for words right now. This is fantastic. We got 5 drivers within 2 seconds of each other just battling it out for this win. Hoopalicious, my pick, is up and forth, looking to make a move on Jolix. Jared gets the 3-second time penalty. So now the 2 winners, DRC Jared and New Zealand Ryan, both have penalties. So this lots up Jolix in the second and Hoopalicious in the third, if you can do the correct math. But Ryan,
New Zealand Ryan in the slipstream and DRS of Chandler Seda. This isn't about passing him this time around. This is just all about getting closer.
No, he might make a move. Oh.
No, behind them, though. Here comes Hoopalicious. He's looking around the outside of Jolix. Contact there mid-corner, but Hoopalicious will have him pass. But here comes Jared in the better exit. They're 3 wide, and they crash. Hoopalicious and Jolix make big contact into the barriers, and they are provisionally out of this race.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think Hoopalicious got a bit greedy on the exit of turn 2. He did not give Jolix any room there on the outside. Jolix said, mate, I'm staying here. And they just made contact all the way down on the way, approaching Curva Grande, and it just all unfolded from there.
Well, Danny, I think you were right. Chandler said the victory is in the cards right now, but let's see if New Zealand Ryan can't do anything about it. He is 3/10 away now, 2/10 as they go through Ascari. Maybe he gets a better run out of here. Chandler might screw up.
Yeah, no, Ryan had a very good shot through there.
Man.
Very good run
but now the two Renaults will be on the podium as of now because of Jolix and Hoopalicious' little mess up. And ERS Hand Newton's all over back of B-Dunk, by the way.
Well, here comes Ryan, though, out of Parabolica. He is very close, and he will get the move done here. Going to the outside, side by side, to lead down the front straightaway. And he is ahead of Chandler, as I said. He is your leader on track, but John, I do not believe Chandler has any penalties.
Yeah, no, Chandler does not have any penalties, I'm pretty sure. So Chandler can let him drive
flag in the air.
and run his race. Yellow flag, sector 1.
It is Drowix. No, it's not. Who is? No, Drowix was in the pit lane right there. Not too sure. Oh, looks like it's Hugo. Hugo's drifting through turn 1 right there. Oh, geez, looks like there's some contact between. What is it? We haven't been looking at all at Ham Newton, B-Dunk, and Sparky. These guys are having a hell of a battle right here for 5th place. Here comes B-Dunk, look at the outside of Ham Newton approaching the second chicane. It switches to the inside now. Oh, geez, B-Dunk almost loses the... Oh, he picks up a penalty. Almost spun out as Ham Newton goes wide. B-Dunk will take the position as it looks like Alan Hugo has spun off the track in front of them. The lapped car he is. And this is going to set up a good run for Sparky coming up on the straightaway. Oh, no. Ham Newton has just spun out. He has just completely dropped it midway through Lesmo, too. Yeah, that has killed his race. He might not even finish in the points right here if Caspita gets up there quick enough.
Danny, we got to get back up to the action. It is the final lap, and Chandler...
Yeah, white flag is in the air. New Zealand Ryan is your leader on track, but Chandler is coming. DRS is open. Slipstream is in his benefit right here, coming to the inside. Chandler will have him passed, and yes, I believe he will win the race.
Let's see if New Zealand Ryan can't get that switchback, though. He's going to try it. He's going to try it on turn 2. Let's see if he gets the better run. He might get
This is where he's got to make the move. He's got to make it right here because I don't think it's any easier to make a move on any other corner. Here he comes. New Zealand Ryan looking to the inside. They are side by side for the lead coming into the second chicane. This is the same move he did earlier, and he gets it done again.
Well, I don't know if Chandler realizes New Zealand Ryan has any penalties. I think Alan Hugo is on crack.
That could be true, but yes, New Zealand Ryan is the leader on track, but I don't know if he will be the winner come the end of this race when they cross the line to take the checker this time around. B-Dunk looks like he will be the 5th place finisher here. He has gapped Sparky by a good amount, and Ham Newton really threw it all away with his spin midway through Lesmo too. Coming up to Parabolica for the final time, New Zealand Ryan has a clear gap here on Chandler. He will win the race on track when they come out of the final corner, but I don't think he's going to win it, John.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep, here they come. Checkered flags in the air. New Zealand Ryan wins the race, but Chandler Seda will be the one to hoist the P1 trophy on the podium here tonight. Going to leave a sour taste in the mouth for New Zealand Ryan and his fans, but that's what he's going to have to deal with.
And I think B-Dunk, because of Hoopalicious, of what happened to him.
This is for position right here. B-Dunk might get Hoopalicious. Yes, it's a battle at the line right here, side by side between the Alphas, and Hoopalicious will barely edge out his teammate B-Dunk for that first spot on the podium. Oh man, Sparky had a lot of penalties then.
Yes, he did. He must have.
Yeah, Saxman up to 8th. Look at that. Mean Fern up to 9th. Yeah. And Ham Newton with all his penalties falls out of the points. Oh man. Mean Fern will collect that last point. Look at that.
Oh, look at Hugo.
You know what? Good sport of the night goes to Callum Teasdale. He didn't quit. When he DNF'd, he stayed in this race and he watched it all the way through. And he did
not quit. Do it for Teasdale, baby.
Yeah, do it for Teasdale. Sportsman of the night for him. Yeah, I don't know what Hugo's doing, but John, him doing this allows us to have some time. Oh, he's on the wets.
Yeah,
but him doing this has given us some time to pick our driver of the day before we see the podium celebration. Who do you think it's going to go to?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look at the what's it called, the race director here when it pops up, and then I'll give you my answer. But it's just a fantastic race. I mean, the front 5 or 6 there for, I don't know, maybe 10 laps were just battling it out.
John Chandler
not going away. Yeah.
His left front end plate is missing. So wow, I mean the fact that he was able to nurse it there and stay within that 3-second range of Ryan and even pass him for the lap that he did. Good for Chandler, and there you have it. Those 3 celebrating on the podium. We've seen those 3 up there quite a lot this season. The Williams and the 2 Renaults. We see it again here tonight from Monza. And John, why don't you take us through the finishing order once it loads up right here?
So Chandler Seda, congratulations to him, finishes first in that Williams. New Zealand Ryan comes home in second with 1 penalty, but respectable. DRC Jared, his teammate, finishes out the podium. Hooplicious, which might change because of the contact with this hydraulics at the end of the race there. He gets fourth. B-Dunk, another solid kind of just desolate race for him. Nextalo in sixth, very good out of him. Sparky in seventh, Saxman in eighth, VS Hydraulics, sad for him. Like, my heart goes out to him in ninth. And Meatfern rounds out your top 10. Ham Newton, Casper, Deer Hunter, Andre Muri, and finally Alan Hugo, who started and finished on the west. And then our good friend Callum Teasdale, do it for Teasdale, fifth sport award. I think my driver.
I haven't even met the guy, and I love him.
Me too. I think my driver of the day has to go to Chandler. You know, since
Yeah.
you know he had the end plate missing, and he stuck it out and just won the race. So, congratulations to him. Yeah, he's my driver of the day. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I have to agree. If there's anyone who comes close, I think it's got to be Jared there. He went from 8th to 3rd. He was the furthest to move up the grid here tonight of all the runners, aside from Alan, I think, but that doesn't really count. But yeah, Jared really had a good run there. Had a clean race, managed it when he needed to, got around the insanity, and just did a good job to move up 5 positions and finish on the podium. So got to give him some credit. But yeah, Chandler had the most complete race through and through, and he got it done. So we're now going to get him as well as the 2 runners who finish on the podium into the party for the post-race interviews, and this should be something. John, just send the invites to those 2 runners, if you will.
Yes, sir.
And Chandler is now in the party. Just make sure you got that box checked for me, and we can get this thing started. All right, well, Chandler, you had a bit of a slump midway through the season, but you are now winning races once again, as you were earlier on. It's now 2 in a row. Spa last week, Monza this week. How does it feel to win at 2 tracks where really anyone can win if the cards play out right?
I mean, that was good. Just didn't seem like I had pace. I was just fucking everywhere, and then after that, things just kind of went my way, I guess. I don't know what happened to Oop and Drawlex, and so that kind of lifted that. And then Ryan with the penalty, I just kind of had to sit and wait until the finish. So I didn't fight him at the end because there's no point risking a contact or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of everything went my way that race.
Yeah, well, John and I noticed there on the closing laps that you did have an end plate missing there on your Williams the last few laps. When did you lose that, and how did you manage to get this thing in the books here as a victory with that front wing broken?
I did not know I had damage. It had to have been just light green. It just had to have been a light green damage because there definitely was not enough damage for yellow.
Okay, I got you.
It could have just been a visual thing. Honestly, I didn't notice anything, so.
Wow, all right. Well, next time out, I believe, is going to be Singapore, and that's a track where we can see fireworks really happen, both on track with crashing and in the final corner of the last lap when the frame rate likes to take a drop there. So what do you expect next time out of Singapore out of your pace, and what can the viewers at home expect racing quality?
Well, yes. But it's not a particularly strong track for me, but I know I can be strong at it because, I'm Mr. Sweat Boy over here, 5,000 plus hours. I figured I can add another, 100 or more this week, so it's not that big of a deal. I'll just do 13 hours a day, and then I'll be on top of it.
All right, well, preparation is key, and it looks like Chandler's got that locked down. Expect him to be strong next week. Congrats on the win here tonight, and good to see you again. We'll see you next time out, man.
Yep.
All right, well, next up is New Zealand Ryan. And Ryan, it was a very good effort there. I mean, it all just came down to that one too many warnings that you took. Threw you from the lead to second place there. Oh, you must have been gutted to come across the line. You're probably just praying that Chandler had a penalty.
I mean, yeah, it sucks to get the penalty, but I'm sure Jared will say the same. Like, we've been busy on iRacing all week, so the fact we were even fast enough to challenge for the win, I'll take it. I was expecting a lot worse, so I'll happily take a second.
Was there any strategy to your race tonight, or was it really just a race like last week where you kind of want to just tuck in that slipstream, save the battery, and try and capitalize on the guy in front of you in the closing laps?
Yeah, just save battery, fuel, wait for someone to make a mistake and try to break away, but for the most part, everyone kept it clean, so didn't do much.
Yeah, one more question before we talk about next time out at Singapore. A lot of your wins this season, or a good few of them, have come where you've just utterly dominated. How does it feel to have these? I mean, it's got to be fun to have some of these races where you're just battling guys from start to finish.
Yeah, it's good fun. Had a couple of good battles in this race, so it didn't end badly, so I can't complain.
Of course. Well, once again, we'll talk about it now. Singapore next time out, a track that it's going to be really tough to pass on, so track position will be key. What's your pace like at that racetrack, and how can we expect to see you perform in qualifying?
Well, in the past, that track's been like pretty much my best track on the game, so
Wow, right.
you never know, I guess. 2018 it wasn't good for me, but 2017 it was, so who knows.
Yeah, I got you. Well, then
be
you
up
hear
there
that,
somewhere.
folks. Watch out for New Zealand Ryan next time out at
Come
Singapore.
on.
Congrats on second place here tonight. Good to see you back on the podium. And you will be extending your point gap over Draux, but I believe Chandler gained in a couple, but you're about 50 points clear. You're set right now, so congrats on another podium, man.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one. So next up, and finally, is Jared right here. I mean, Jared, it's been a few rough weeks, but you're back on the podium. That's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm just, yeah, I don't enjoy like racing like I used to. So
This guy.
I don't even bother practicing. So just whatever. Just, yeah.
Hey, well, for no practice, a podium at Monza, so that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, just stayed clean and then made a good pass, and then they both died. So I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Were
Yeah,
tires ever an issue
I could have been
here
taken
tonight,
out
or?
the house, wouldn't I cared? No, the setup was pretty good for the tires. It held on to them quite well. So yeah, it's fun.
All right, cool. Well, once again, Singapore next week. Are you not going to practice again, or are you going to get some preparation?
No, can't be honest. What's the point?
I got you. Well,
Just-
it's fun
yeah.
to have you once again. It's fun to watch you race, and we'll see what you're like
Jeez.
with a rusty knowledge of that racetrack next weekend. So.
Yeah, good on 18, but yeah,
Yeah. Oh, so inverse of Ryan then.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right. Well, congrats again. Love the attitude, and hope to see you in the interviews
Yep.
next time out. All right.
Yeah, too easy.
You have a good one.
You do.
All right. Well, that's about gonna do it here for our coverage from Monza in
man.
Italy. John, what a race we just had.
I'm more worried. I'm more concerned about the interviews. What enthusiasm from these guys tonight. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Danny, this is also a kids show. In the wise words of Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports president, today he reviewed Lunchables, the pizza reviews. If you guys are familiar with that, he said this is a kids show. Now, this BR Breakout Racing League, yes, it's for kids.
It's a family
Can you-
friendly show.
Can you believe Chandler Seda just dropped the F word? I mean, Monza just brings out the best. Monza just brings out
worst.
the best of people, you know. The
worst.
you know, Kyle Larson and Chandler Seda, you know. But family show, very good race. It was very exciting. This was the Breakout Racing League Tier 1. I enjoyed it. I really did, Danny.
Yeah, well, before we round this thing out, once again, as we've been saying last few weeks, just make sure you're holding on to that quarantine lifestyle. We're almost out of it. We're getting closer and closer. Hopefully things will start opening up coming next month. But just keep doing what you guys have been doing. It's been working out, and I think that's just about going to do it here tonight. John, do you have any final thoughts when it comes to next week or tonight?
I just want people to stay home and stay safe during this horrible time in the country. There's light at the end of the tunnel. But next week should be a great race. I love Singapore myself, so I'm excited to see these driver skills on the streets and under the lights. So that's it for me.
All right, well, that's going to do it here. We hope to see you next time out Saturday night under the lights from the Singapore Street Circuit. I'm Daniel Stevens alongside Jonathan Webster. That has been round 14 of BRL Split 1. We hope to see you again next time out. It should be a good one. Have a good week and take care.
Stay safe, guys.
And